In this lesson, we're going to be doing more multiplying monomials, but this time we got to know a little bit of geometry in order to be able to do it. So in the first example, example 1, we're going to be dealing with a rectangle. And so we're going to be finding area of some of the figures. We're going to do a little bit with area and a little bit with volume. So to find area of a rectangle, we're just multiplying the length times the width. So whatever they give you for the length and whatever they give you for the width, you're just going to be multiplying together. So say they give you 4a squared b for the length and 2a to the third b squared for the width. The area means I'm just multiplying these two together. And I would get 8a to the fifth. Bases are the same. We add the exponents. B to the third. And when you're finding area, you're going to be doing units squared. That's just the label. If it's being measured in centimeters, it's centimeters squared. If it's being measured in meters, it's meters squared. It's being squared because you're multiplying a length times a width. Now, if the figure is a square, all the sides are the same. So the area of a square, you could do length times width, it works. Or for the area of a square, it's side squared, because all the sides are the same. So if this side is 4AB, then the other side would also be 4AB, and we could do it either way. 4AB, that whole quantity squared, means I'm putting everything to the second power. That would be 16a squared b squared, which would be the same as multiplying 4ab times 4ab, still would be 16ab squared. And both of them, if you're finding area, you're always going to have units squared. Okay, so we've done the area of a rectangle and the area of a square. Now, for a circle, in order to find area, you have to know what the radius is. Of course, the radius starts in the center of the circle and then ends on the circle. So the formula for the area of the radius is pi times r squared. We're going to be leaving pi with the symbol pi rather than multiplying it out. So if you have a circle and the radius is, say, 2x y to the third, then the area is going to be pi times 2xy to the third squared. So that means the area is pi times everything going to the second power. That would be 4. That would be 4x squared y to the sixth power. And I'm just going to leave pi as part of the answer. It's instead of multiplying it out, our book is telling us to leave pi in the answer. So this would be the answer, and you would put units squared at the end of it. And that would be the answer. For a triangle, if you're going to be finding the area, then the formula for area is 1/2 base times height. We did this earlier this year. So this is the base, and this is the height. And you could do 1/2 base times height, or you could do the base times the height, and then divide by 2. Okay, for this figure, this is called a rectangular prism, and in this case they're going to be asking for the volume. So they're asking for how much space is there inside this figure. And volume is just going to be length times width times height. So the three monomials they give you for length times width times height, you're just going to be multiplying together. So this figure is a cube, and it's like a rectangular prism, except all of the sides have the same length. Every single side here has the same length. So you could do the same thing that you did before, length times width times height, or for a volume of a cube, you can just take any side and cube it, because there are three of them are all the same. So in this case, I would just say 3x to the fourth and put all of that to the third power, and that would give me 3 to the third power times x to the 12th power, which is going to be 27 x to the 12th units. Oops, spelled that wrong. Units. And for volume, it's always units cubed. Centimeters cubed, inches cubed, millimeters cubed, whatever it is, it will just be cubed. And that's just how you write your answer. The last figure that looks like a can is called a cylinder. And it's called a cylinder, Cylinder. And with a cylinder, again, we're going to find volume. And in this case, the volume of the cylinder is equal to the area of the base times the height of the cylinder. And with a cylinder, this is the base, and the base on the bottom is the same as the base on the top. So the base is a circle. So what we're really doing is taking the area of this circle and then multiplying it by the height of the figure. So to do area of circle, we have to do pi r squared, and then we multiply that times the height. So if our radius was, say, 3x, and the height was 5x to the fourth, then we would be going pi times 3x squared, and then multiplying that by 5x to the fourth. So that would be pi times 9x squared times 5x to the fourth, which would be pi times 45, and now our bases are the same, so we add them. So that's to the 6th power, and it would be units to the 3rd power. And that whole thing would be the answer. Pi 45 x to the 6 units. Sometimes the book puts the pi last. 45 x to the 6th pi units squared. Units to the cubed. And if they told you to take a calculator and use pi as 3.14, then you would multiply 45 times 3.14. But for our purposes right now, we're just leaving pi as pi.